Welcome back everyone to another video by McDonald Bullion. For today's video we're going to talk about the cons of purchasing silver here in the UK. Overall we talk a lot about all the positives and everything, and the new subscribers and everything that are here to the channel. Welcome and thank you for joining in on this silver sacking journey. So we're going to talk about the cons today. As you guys know, if you've been following the channel for a long time, you will know that I am a British gold and silver stacker. I have many pieces of different things that I've looked at and purchased and reviewed and things like that. Special thanks to Tavex Bullion for working with me on that. If you guys want to check out that video where I have reviewed some silver coins, you can take a look at the video where I reviewed these three coins. These are quite nice coins from Australia, and this one is really nice as well, part of the Lunar Edition. Keep an eye out for the dragon that's coming out next year, I believe. But I'll leave a link for that video in the description if you want to check that out. But cons, guys, cons for today on when it comes to purchasing silver, what are they? Well, it depends on where you are. If you're here in the UK, then you obviously pay a higher premium for silver. Unfortunately, that's life for us folk here, you know, across the pond. It's not the same as in America when you can purchase, let's say, this silver buffalo for $3 over spot. Even spot. Silver's a lot cheaper when it comes to purchasing it in some states in the US, because they don't have something which we have here in the UK, which is the extra tax that is applied on top of silver products, and that's usually typically around 20%. So instead of purchasing silver at, let's say, $28, which should sit around £26, 25, £26, you've got to apply 20% on top for the VAT, which is the money that goes to the government. But nevertheless, we do have some silver products here, and that is going to be one of the main cons, is going to be the silver premium, which really sits around 40 to 60% over the spot price. Depending on where you purchase it, depends on really how much you pay. You can purchase different products from dealers for decent prices. You know, they're not making a whole lot of money from selling bullion products, but they have to apply the VAT because that's law. So you can purchase some silver products from private sellers, so let's say Facebook and Instagram and everything. You've just got to be really careful with when and who you purchase from. There are some great sellers out there who will sell you silver for a great price, but just be careful of those, especially if you don't really know what you're doing, or if you don't know how to authenticate it. It's something you just got to be a little bit wary of. Let's say if someone's selling a Britannia for £20, it's going to be fake, likely. But the premium, that's one of the main cons. Another one is the storage. Storage with silver can get quite... it can be a little bit of a pickle. So when you purchase silver coins, let's say this coin in a gold form is going to be about £1,700, just over $2,000. This is £25 or so, £30. And let's say if you have a tube of these, if you have a tube of silver coins, they can get a little bit hard to store. Now, people will say, well, I've got storage in my garage, or I've got storage in wherever it is where you may keep your silver. That's something which you keep to yourself, whether that be a safe or what have you. But you got to keep it somewhere. And if you're going to keep it all together, then ideally you want to try and separate your precious metals so it's not all accessible in one place, just in case, God forbid, the worst thing happens. I have known people that have had their silver stolen, their house burgled and things like that, and their precious metals taken. So just don't take the easy way when it comes to storing your silver. You want to try and store it as best as you can, and you know, the best thing that you can do is just store as much as you can in different sort of places. But on the other hand, you can purchase gold. I mean, some people will only have one coin as opposed to lots of different coins, and their main, you know, goal when it comes to precious metals stacking and things like that may just be that they want to try and obtain something of high value, just let's say in a single coin, which can easily be stored in different places and things, as opposed to getting lots of different pieces. I've seen many people purchase lots of silver and have absolutely no idea what to do with it all. So just be careful with that. Storage can be a big issue, especially if you're here in the UK. The US, maybe not. You're blessed with lots of space, so that may not be an issue. On the other hand, the third thing I have when it comes to cons of silver stacking Silver stacking is a physical metal, it's tangible, it's brilliant. We can have it, we can hold it, we can keep it. We don't have to, when it comes to selling and everything, not really anyone really knows if you've got a Britannia or a Maple or whatever if you haven't told anyone, which is great. It's private, it's stuff that people would like to have as opposed to keeping money in the bank. Let's say we've seen loads of things, loads of problems with banks and things like that, and some people just might like to keep their money, just maybe not in cash, which loses purchasing power due to inflation. And of course, precious metals is a good hedge against inflation and a good insurance policy, is why we're in it. People really enjoy stacking this stuff. I love it, stacking it. Mainly because it is a great hobby to do, because you're saving money and it's never going to go to zero, so it's really good to do. But also, it's just one of those things, when it comes to storing it, you've just got to be wary. I have touched on it, is telling people about your precious metal stacking. If you want to keep it private, it's best to keep it private, but also just try and be smart about the purchases you're making. Let's say if you're purchasing silver as something as an investment or something like that, if you are here in England, Britannias, sovereigns, things like that are the way to go. And that is because we have capital gains tax. And these are considered legal tender here in the UK, which means that you don't have to pay tax on the profit that you make from the silver that you're selling. Same thing with gold as well, gold sovereigns and gold Britannias. Something to take into consideration, but also you just got to think that this can be a bit of a hobby as well, so you do want to purchase different pieces which may interest you. These pieces I have in front of here are some of my most favourite coins and bar, I should say. We've got the Britannia, which is obviously my logo. I really like it. It's one of the very common coins we have here in the UK with the Elizabeth II head there. It's a great coin. I really enjoy it. And we've got a bar, which is, if I was investing purely, this would not make sense because I've paid a high premium on top of the spot price. I think this was £32, £33. Potentially even like close to double of the spot price. And people may think, why the hell would you purchase that? And that's because I see it as a hobby as well as an investment, savings, insurance, etc. And it's good fun to have. And if you don't love what you do, then you're going to get bored of it very quickly and it becomes a bit of a chore. So it's good to have a bit of fun and everything along the way. And another thing as well is, these Morgan dollars. Morgan dollars are my favourite constitutional coin. You can purchase junk silver coins wherever you are, really. I mean, loads of different countries have their own silver coins. Here in the UK, we've got crown coins, and everything pre-20s is 92.5% silver, sterling silver. Between 20 and 47, it drops down to 50%. And the US have silver up until 64. This is a 90% silver coin, and I just think it's a great looking coin, and I collect Morgan dollars because I enjoy doing it. And when we have the Buffalo here, this is a great round if you're in the US and you want to stack silver at the cheapest possible price. Silver rounds and everything. If I was in the US and my goal was to stack silver as cheap as possible, I will be purchasing these. I won't even be touching the American Silver Eagles, which are extortionate right now. And when the Mint actually do play catch up, for whatever reason why they're slacking behind when it comes to the numbers they're producing on the ASEs, the American Silver Eagles, I just think the Buffalo just makes sense when it comes to purchasing silver as close to spot if you are in, the Americas. It's just, you're purchasing it for its silver content. And if investing in silver purely to get it at the cheapest possible price, look to buy some Buffaloes because they are some great rounds. And, I really like the design as well. It's similar design to the, I want to say it's the nickel, the Buffalo nickel. And keep an eye on that if you're in the US. And of course, last but not least, the Libertad. This is probably my favourite design. I really like the rear of the coin with the coats of arms going around it. And of course, it's just a fantastic looking coin. There was something I saw on 365s. I'm not entirely sure. If you do watch it, just let me know. But I think that he had someone complain about the Libertad or something, violating some of the YouTube grounds when it comes to nudity or something like that. Absolutely ridiculous. It's art to me. It's numismatic value. There is absolutely nothing, wrong in my view of showing off a Libertad. It's printed by the Mexican Mint. It's a government coin. it's sold everywhere. You see it everywhere when it comes to coin and bullion shops. It's just absolutely ridiculous how they view it, really. Personally, I think it's just great art. It's a great looking coin, and I purchase coins because I really like the look of them. I like purchasing it, I like holding it, and it's great to own. You know, when it comes to purchasing stuff outside of the bank and keeping it outside the banking system, some things kept private, let's say, well, when you compare it to cash is losing money, of course, and it's just, I harp on about it all the time. It is a good investment. When it comes to actually saving, let's say, when you compare it to if you was to spend £100 on precious metals, or you're going to spend £100 just going out for the weekend and doing whatever, yeah, you'll have a good time, but then you come back and you'll be £100 down, as opposed to maybe having a few coins which you can save for a rainy day. And if you need to trade it, they're very easy to sell. You just go into a local coin shop or anyone that purchases silver, and you really just sell it. Even on the Silver Forum, where you can recoup £25 per coin. In the Americas, I don't know what the second-hand market is particularly like, but you will achieve spot. And if you purchase Buffaloes, you can only lose about $3 or so, $2 or $3, and that risk, I think, is worth taking. But let me know what your thoughts are when it comes to silver. Obviously, I've talked about some of the cons of silver, because I know people that have come across to the channel may not have watched the video which I've done previously, so I wanted to recover that topic. And of course, because I'm here in the UK, things are different to if you were in the US, and so it might just give another interesting insight. And also, just to mix it up a bit, because I have done some reviews for Tavex. If you do want to purchase coins from Tavex, if you're in the UK, you can use my code, which will pop up just now, and you use that code in the gift card section. They sent me these coins to review very kindly. I do need to send them back, but they didn't need to send me them. They're a great company, and they have some really good prices as well. So big shout out to them. Thank you so much, Tavex, for sending me them to review. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear them. I wanted to mix up today's video just to do a bit of a longer video, just to have a chat, and of course welcome those new subscribers that have come across, and talk about some of the cons of purchasing and, selling silver and everything as well. Let me know what you think anyway. Please leave a like on this video, and of course please subscribe for more. Thanks very much. Take care, everyone. See you in the next one.